Hello and welcome to Liontail Gaming. My name is Lion, and in today's video we are going to be talking about Elyon and their first closed beta. I'm going to show you where you can sign up for that. And then the publisher, Kakao Games, and the developer, Blue Hole, they did an AMA over on Reddit, and that is Ask Me Anything. So we're going to check that out and see if there's any type of new information we can learn from that. So before we get into the video, if you could accept the side quest from the sub button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also hit the like button and leave a comment because the algorithm loves engagement, and honestly I do too. That's probably one of my favorite things about doing this, is connecting with you guys, making new friends, and seeing what your opinion and what you think about the game. So leave me a comment if you plan on checking out Elyon, or like your favorite color or something. Just pretty much anything. Just let me know what's up. Mine's red. So yeah, pretty much just anything to talk with you guys. So we're gonna get into the video and check out the official site for Elyon. All right, so we are on the official site for Elyon, and I'll drop a link in the description. And this is where you sign up for the first closed beta. I already did so, and once you're done, you'll see at the top here it'll say applied for closed beta 1. You'll go down here, and then you'll fill out once you register. And this is through Kakao Games. So if you've played Black Desert in the past, you can use your Black Desert login, your old Black Desert login, and sign up for the beta. So you just answer a couple questions. What type of playstyle do you like best? Favorite MMO? Your address? What time you're not home? Greatest fear? That kind of stuff. And then you just click sign up, and then you should be good to go. So we're going to jump over to Reddit, and we're going to check out the AMA and see if we can learn anything new. Alright, so the first question, somebody asked, what is the maximum number of players supported for PvE and PvP content? And the answer to that is, for PvP, the maximum capacity allows for a 100 versus 100 battle, so a total of 200 people can participate. For PvE, we currently have 5-player dungeons in the game, yet in the field or in a dimensional portal content, up to 50 players can play together. So I kind of group it with this question where someone asked, if you had to pick one thing that we should look forward to in the end game, what would that be? And then they answer that you can look forward to wars between each realm in the dimensional portal, where you battle over defeating bosses. In addition, there's also a PvP battle between servers where you can fight to become the ultimate PvP player. So this sounds a lot like Guild Wars. So Guild Wars has World versus World. I'm not sure how popular it is now, but first when it launched, it was pretty much like server versus server, and then you would have, whoever wins would have some sort of benefit and or reward on their server. So it sounds like they're incorporating that. And then also in Guild Wars 2, on an instance battleground, they had PvE VP, where you would fight each other, but then there were also, each side had like a boss you could take down, and that would ultimately earn you points. Now it doesn't sound like it's going to be the exact same, but it's kind of an example of that. And in this instance, it sounds like you're going to be, fighting a boss, but then you're also going to need people to fight off the other team so that you can ultimately get the kill and then claim the reward. So it sounds like that's going to be chaos, but it sounds like that would be pretty fun too, assuming it's not like a snowball or anything. So coming to a next question, I didn't know, or this one is an answer. I didn't know what this was. It says, just saw a question if ERP is allowed, but I can't find it anymore. To answer, you bet it is, sweetheart. Alright, so I had to look up what ERP was, because I didn't know what it stood for. So I Googled it, and it turns out that ERP means erotic roleplay. Yeah, so we're just going to leave that there for now, because I had no clue what that was. Yeah, so we're not going to go down that rabbit hole in this video. Not going to do that. Not going to touch that right now, but I've been around Goldshire, okay? So I've known about it. I just didn't know what it was. So we're not going to do that right now. We're just kind of leave it there, and you can check that out at on your own time. So we're going to get back to the AMA. Okay, here's a question asking if PvP will be in the open world. So it says there is both PvP, which takes place in the open world, and also PvP that takes place inside an instance location. While PK is possible in the field, we are limiting areas in which essential gameplay, so that it's not stressful in essential gameplay areas. A little broken there. How many servers per region? Are there any differentiating rule sets between servers? So meaning PvP, PvE only, RP, PvE, and then it goes on to say that there will not be different rule sets. So that's just pretty much going to be choose your server, and open world PvP is going to be possible on that server. But it sounds like it'll be limited to certain areas. Okay, this one revolves around the combat. After developing the popular action combat MMORPG Terra, which has excellent action combat, what have you all learned from the years of experience in that title that you hope to showcase and expand upon in Elyon? The non-targeting combat in Terra was great, but it was also a barrier to entry due to being inconvenient and difficult. I'm not exactly sure what he means there, or what that person means. Just because it's, action combat, I didn't think it was difficult or inconvenient or anything like that, but, that's just me. Elyon brings in the strengths of the non-targeting combat system from Terra, but then resolves the inconveniences and difficulty that was apparent in Terra. Also, there was a predetermined way in which a combat would play out for everyone in Terra, but Elyon shifts and expands more towards an individualized combat experience. So I think that means the combat system, for what I've seen, I haven't played it personally, but it looks like you can pick your skills and or there's like a tree involved with the skill, and it modifies them in certain aspects, so you can cater your playstyle to what you want. So I'm thinking that's what it means, but not 100%. Are you considering return to airships, mechs, and automatons in the game with the interface of their crafting and tuning? So when it was Ascent Infinite Realm, and before it was rebranded to Elyon, there was air combat and mechs and all kinds of like steampunk aspects to the game. And apparently once they sat back down and redid the game, after they were told it kind of sucked, they took the air combat and stuff out. So it says that we are aware of the positive community feedback regarding the original air combat mechanics for Elyon. Although we haven't discussed this in depth yet, we may have plans on this for the future. Elyon is going to be buy to play. Competitive PvP, will gear be equalized in arena? While there is balancing aspect applied to the PvP content, the gap or difference between gear will exist inside PvP. However, we constructed it in such a way that along with the balancing aspect, your controlling skills and or skill customizations should allow you to overcome the differences in gear. So gear will matter, but it's saying that skill should play out on top of gear. So, heard that before. We'll see how that actually plays out. Are there plans for more complex PvE related content such as larger raids in the future? Not at the moment, but we are looking into it in a positive light. However, when considering content with a high difficulty level, we are thinking of ways in which more players can enjoy themselves together rather than a small number of players. Is there any form of PvP ranking system that players can compete in, a ladder to climb perhaps? What are the PvP rewards like? There is a PvP ranking system based on skills, and there will be rewards. You can obtain top tier gear through PvP. There are also transformation effects that provide very powerful effects as rewards for ranked players. So I think we know this one. No limits to gender for each class. There are no individual flying mounts, but there will be airship content in which many players can board together. There are no guild halls, and yes, there is a fishing system. No Korean voiceovers in the English version, so you can't switch to that. That's not even an option. This person asks about the gear shop and gear to gold exchange. So it says, similar to the cash shop business model, the gear shop is something that we're reviewing and cannot share more concrete information presently. That is definitely worrisome. Does the game reward exploration? Easy answer, no, not at the moment. So you're pretty much just going to go down the quest path. There's no point in going left or right or anything on the map. Just go on the theme park ride and you'll end up in endgame. Okay, this person asks what version of the game are we going to get, and it says that we're planning on releasing the closest version to the one being serviced in Korea as possible. The Mana Awakening season will depend on the final build that the EU NA service will launch with, which is yet undecided. So I would look to Kakao to handle this similar to Black Desert, where we would get the version like a month or two after the Korean version got updated. So I would expect it to follow that sort of cadence with Elyon as well. And we get one last question about the cash shop. It says, at the beginning of the service, you'll mostly see the classic MMORPG cash shop items. Some of them are pets to help you with loot pickup, give you small miscellaneous life buffs, outfits, We have not yet decided whether special bonuses will be given or not. That's worrisome. Warehouse inventory. Slot expansions and premium buffs like a value pack. You will be able to try all of the aforementioned items during closed beta test 1. We're looking forward to your feedback. So this point is probably the most important for a lot of us out there, because pretty much want to know, is this game pay to win? And for pay to win to actually succeed, the game has to be good. It doesn't have to be good, it has to be exceptional. There has to be something about it that is exceptional. So take Black Desert, for example. The combat in Black Desert is phenomenal. Each class feels different, each class has like cool shit, and each one checking out the class makes you want to create and reroll and have an ult of that class. And that's kind of what supported the game for so long, is just the combat is great. And whereas in Elyon, if it doesn't have that, I don't see the game being able to support itself. Now, of course, there's going to be people out there that just play it and pump money into it regardless. But for it to actually sustain itself year after year, such as Black Desert did, something about the game, or the game itself, has to be exceptional. So if they're going to do this, I mean, I can see pay for convenience items where the inventory and the warehouse storage, sure, as long as it's not too expensive, you can have that, whatever. But once you start adding buffs onto outfits, and if you can sell those outfits for gold, like in-game currency, then that's where the problem starts to begin, and you're just pretty much getting into the straight pay-to-win category. So that is the point that makes me super cautious about this, and kind of leaves me a little worried about the future of Elyon and where it could potentially go. Now, they can promise us one thing, and then after launch, they can completely change it. So now, I'd very much caution you to not pre-order until we see how closed beta is, and then even after that, there's no guarantee. So that is the AMA. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. I definitely learned that the game is more PvP focused at endgame than PvE, so think kind of like Black Desert versus, and maybe not as grindy, but versus Warcraft or Final Fantasy, where PvE is kind of the driving factor in the endgame content. So I would highly suggest you guys do not pre-order this game, because the cash shop sounds like it is going to cater a little more towards the pay-to-win side. I mean, we definitely know there's going to be pay for convenience, but let's wait until the closed beta so we can actually see what items are going to be in the cash shop, and then we can kind of make a determination from there. So hopefully I can get in the beta so I can make more content for you guys. And if not, then I can definitely try and comment on what I've watched. But hopefully we can get in the closed beta and we can check it out together. So if you could accept the side quest from the sub button, like the video, let me know about your ERP experiences and or Goldshire in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And you guys take care. Please be kind to one another. I got a lot more videos and content coming up for you. So hopefully I will see you very soon. But definitely be kind to one another out there. It can change someone's entire day, and it really means a lot to me. So I will see you soon. Take care. Peace.